Gatirana mentioned in the Amra Kosha, having the action of movement. Chakra denotes the center of power or energy and these align along the spine. Actually, we have three main nadis in our body, that is Ida, Pingala and Sushumna. So the meeting point of these three nadis makes each chakra, that is the Shat chakra of the body. Kundalini chakra I have already discussed. So awakening of this Kundalini chakra is the thing what we should do. And chakras are like transformers that regulate this flow of energy. Coming to each chakra, our previous presenter has already talked about Vishuddha chakra, and I am going to travel through all these chakras once again. So Mooladhara chakra or Adhara chakra, that is the root chakra. The positions have already been discussed previously, so I will directly come to the diseases that are pertaining to each chakra and the ways we can like pranayama, meditation that we can do to control these chakras. So awakening of Mooladhara chakra destroys old age, death. As it is placed in the pelvic region, it helps in curing dreadful diseases like infertility, dhadugata vikara, disorders of genital organs, etc. So, practices such as grounding exercises, walking barefoot on earth, asanas like Tadasana, that is mountain pose, and chanting Lam help in the awakening of Mooladhara chakra. Swadhisthana chakra or sacral chakra. This chakra governs the right and left kidneys, the urinary bladder, urinary ducts, semen carrying ducts, prostate gland and pelvis. So by awakening this chakra, we can cure urinary disorders, kidney diseases and Shukra dosha. And thus, semen becomes potent also. To balance this chakra, one can engage in creative activities. Practice hip opening yoga, poses like Baddha Konasana, that is butterfly pose, and meditate while chanting Vam. The next is Manipura chakra or solar plexus. When blocked or overactive, one may experience digestive issues. As this Manipura chakra is placed in the navel region, it is laden with digestive issues and low self-esteem or aggression. Core strengthening yoga, breathing practice like Kapalabhati Pranayama and chanting Ram can help activate this chakra. The next is Anahata chakra or heart chakra. The word itself denotes an plus ahata, that means unstruck. It is placed in the region of heart, and by balancing this chakra we feel love not just for others but also for ourselves. Self-love comes from Anahata chakra. It leads to contentment, kindness, empathy and a deep sensation of connection. Imbalance may lead to emotional coldness, jealousy or greed. And the yoga poses like Ushtrasana can be practiced, and chanting Yam is very effective to nourish this chakra. Next is Vishuddha chakra. It is already discussed, and the issues related to this chakra are sore throat, communication problems and fear of speaking the truth. The chanting, singing, journaling and asanas such as Sarvangasana can help open the throat chakra. And the Bija mantra here is Hum, which can be used for meditation. Agnya chakra or the third eye chakra. When the Agnya chakra is balanced, it brings clarity of thought, intuition and spiritual vision. Imbalances can lead to confusion, overthinking or detachment from reality. Meditation, Trataka and chanting Om are powerful ways to awaken this chakra. Last one, which is beyond all these chakras, is the Sahasrara chakra. It is the center of bliss, purity and transparency. It represents pure consciousness, connection to the divine and enlightenment. Applied aspect of these chakras in Ayurveda. So, Ayurvedic physiology recognizes that proper flow of prana in the pranavata srotas, supported by balanced doshas, ensures the tarpana and dharana of all the dharmas. Blockage of any chakra disrupts the pranic flow, leading to vikaras or diseases. Therapeutic approaches include Shodhana, Shamana, yogic practices such as asana, pranayama, bandha and mudra, as well as lifestyle regulations. Coming to discussion, I have concluded all the things we had discussed in tables. That is the location of each chakra, the number of dalas and the colors related to each chakra, the pictorial representation of each chakra with the number of dalas and its colors, the chakras and their bija mantras, chakras and their functions. Chakras are centers of homeostasis. In this, actually, mind-body interaction mechanism is here. That is, when we control the mind using these chakras, it affects the endocrine glands located in those positions, and the endocrine glands produce or secrete certain hormones which can affect the body's functions. This is the related endocrine glands and the related nerve plexus, which can be stimulated externally. Coming to conclusion, the human body is enveloped by an energy field intricately connected to health and well-being, with the chakras serving as pivotal centers for receiving, assimilating and expressing life force energy. The Shat chakras are not just metaphysical concepts, but symbolic tools to understand the multidimensional nature of human existence, body, mind and spirit. Arranged as 6 dynamic wheels from the base of the spine to the crown of the head, these Shat chakras align the key junctions of the nervous system and influence physiological processes through their interaction with both the endocrine and nervous systems. Practice of yogasanas. In the practice of yogasanas, chakras act as focal points, their activity correlating with the balance of hormonal secretions. Rooted in the principles of Ayurveda and Darshana Shastra, the ultimate aim remains liberation from Trivida Dukkha, that is Adhyatmika, Adi Bhautika and Adi Devika, and the attachment of moksha, or freedom from disease. Thus, the awakening of Kundalini and the comprehension of Shat chakras serve not only as vital tools for achieving this ultimate goal, but also as powerful means for both preventive and curative health, benefiting the entirety of humanity. These are the references. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.